All right, this is the meeting of the Franklin Public Library Board of Trustees Personnel Committee. It is Monday, September 23rd, 2024, 5 p.m. In attendance are Maria Imp, Doris Weber is here, and Jennifer Luffel. Not here yet is Judy Williams-Kalaki, the other committee member. And then looking at our last time we officially met was last November 27th, 2023, and we have the minutes in front of us. Any comments on that?
Nope, I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, I second it. We both, since we firsted and seconded, we must both be in favor. Motion carries. All right, under business this evening, we are going to be reviewing and discussing the current and future staffing. I did have note in my folder from the last time that we met that the committee should be working on a staffing plan going out several years. We had not done that during the 2023-24 year, so maybe that's something we can, since I had made note of that. So maybe after evaluations and everything are done, we could obviously, especially in lieu of the current situation, make a staffing plan going forward. So Jennifer, why don't you explain to us?
Is that something that we need to put in the strategic planning, though? Maybe not.
I think it's a recommendation that similar to the capital improvement plan that we just as a board and the buildings and grounds kind of put together, the 5-year plan. I think the personnel committee can do something similar. Okay, so.
So what you have in front of you is a list of current staff, 2024 wage rate, and then the projected 2025 wage rate, which is just 2% added on to.
I was going to say, and that's
current.
based off the mayor's recommended budget where
Yes.
it looks like a 2%.
2%.
Okay.
Progress to market is kind of an estimate down below, so those aren't hard and fast numbers either. Down
Gotcha.
below.
Okay.
I should be getting the hard and fast numbers pretty soon, so I'll update this.
Can I just ask this question? So at the top of the column, it says projected 2025 wage rate with an asterisk, and the asterisk says it's based on a 3%.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it-
that's a boo-boo. I
Okay.
forgot to change it.
Change it from last year. So it is really 2%.
It is 2%,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Wanted to make sure those numbers were
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. You can double check
I will
that.
double check, but just looking at this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I better check.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not going to change it by that
it by
much.
that
Okay.
All
right.
So then, like I said, we have one library assistant who has indicated they will be retiring halfway through the year.
Okay.
We have one library assistant who will be graduating from graduate school and looking for
Her own full-time position.
Right.
And does she graduate in December or May?
January.
January. Okay, I guess that's what I meant.
guess she's
After the
done in
first-
December, but
right,
she graduates
yeah, the
in
graduation. Okay, so
Yeah.
really at the very beginning of
Yeah, so,
2025. Okay.
she's going to be putting
Yeah.
her
Yep.
application
Yep.
out. And
Mm-hmm.
so that could be another loss. And again, when we have these open positions, we have to post them externally. Can't just promote.
Really?
But I do know that we have a library clerk who is interested in being a library assistant. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
Obviously, when you post, you post. Anybody can apply, including internal candidates. Yeah. But you have to post.
Yeah.
Got it.
I will see if that has changed with the current
Yes.
administration, and I only say that because
Yes.
I feel like there have been internal promotions in the city,
Yeah.
but it may depend on the classification. of the job.
And it may depend on,
There's been a lot of
like,
things.
I don't know if police and fire.
Well, I'm sure they have a totally different.
They have a totally
Yeah.
different thing. This
these
would
were
be
jobs
city
at city.
jobs.
These were
Okay.
jobs at City Hall that were
Okay.
filled internally without being posted.
Okay.
They just posted externally for the person's replacement, not for the person who
Gotcha.
was promoted.
Oh, is it a? Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, well, I've always been told we have to post externally.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
I
wonder,
will
like
find
you
out
said,
about
if it
that,
has
because
to do
that-
with.
it's kind of hard when you have a candidate who already works here who would be an excellent
Yeah.
to have to go through
Well,
interviews.
And that's a lot of money, like time.
Time.
and
Whatever.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It's
Okay.
time. So that's
So you'll check
kind
on
of where
that.
we stand.
Okay. So with the projected wage rate, is that figured in this the final annual wages column? The 947 is at the 2025 number.
Yes, but it's not a hard and fast number.
No, I know.
But
Okay.
this is an estimate, yes.
And what was the city budget for payroll?
Our Tom's and my numbers usually match up pretty.
Okay, and I
Pretty
don't
well.
have that. Is it? Were we?
I have it.
given a copy of the budget in last month's
We talked about it, I think, in one of the
prior meetings? So what is the city allocating for payroll? Just so we can see.
to find where we talked about it. Was that all the way back
See,
in June?
No, it was more recently because I thought it was in this past month's packet, but I'm not seeing it.
Oh, maybe
Because
it
wasn't
was
it?
in- Wait a minute, yeah.
Was
There's so many
thought it was
spreadsheets.
last month.
There's so many spreadsheets, I can't keep them all straight.
I know.
Yeah, I found it. It was in August.
Oh, here it is.
So the city has,
What's their number for 2025? Oh, here
these
it
are
is.
just Alan's
5-year
numbers.
projection.
These are just Alan's numbers, though. I don't.
This budget report for the city of Frank. Oh, 5-year projection. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not the city's, the mayor's recommended budget.
So the city has, or Alan has, but he was basically.
But he was to base it on, okay.
940,
Well, let me see if I can find it. We can move on and I'll try to find
940,
it
464. I will bring that to the regular meeting.
later in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because we're going to be talking about that.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, because I'd like to see the
And
two
then
numbers.
241, so it was over $1 million
Okay,
Okay.
was what the city.
Yep.
okay.
So yeah, I mean, if we're looking at next year,
2025?
2025, having to trim if they don't give us more money, which I'm still hopeful.
Yeah,
Because he did mention that the budget, the mayor's recommended budget, that it's a kind of a fluid
Okay, that's
document
good.
because they have no idea what the final numbers are going to be yet because of the assessment.
Oh, they're still working on that?
They won't have those done until after the
budget's
budget's done.
approved.
So
Are they going to go? Are they going to attempt to approve the budget without those numbers? And can they even? I mean,
Danielle said in the meeting that she felt she had, at the common council meeting, that she felt she had pretty good numbers
Okay.
despite,
the
there's some things they can, there's
Yeah.
some assumptions they can make based on
okay,
last year. I mean, the tax levy is yay big.
right, yeah,
There's only, so they know how much they can increase the tax levy by,
gotcha.
but I don't know if they
38% some years, right, Doris?
will. But no, they can't. I think it's
Feels-
limited to like 2% by the state or growth.
Well, that's hasn't been
See,
the case.
no, I
in
think
my-
what you might be looking at is your total tax bill,
Only-
and the city portion of it is a small chunk of it.
Yeah,
The
I
the
suppose.
majority of it is schools, and school and.
But it's no,
others.
our
MATC,
actually
county.
the assessments went up by.
Oh,
yeah, they
but,
have
But
insanely.
even
So
though you're
that's why then they see then the city doesn't raise the levy because
Right.
the assessments went up by that
Right.
much.
Your properties are valued so much more,
Yes.
so they already
So then-
can collect so much more.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
they can't.
Well,
Because there's a pot of money and the assessment, if your assessment goes up more than your neighbor, then yes, you might get an increase in taxes, but they have because a few years ago my house in Wauwatosa went up quite a bit and my tax bill went down. Because my tax bill didn't go up as much as, my assessment didn't go up as much as other areas of Tosa.
Great, all
So
the
I
houses
got a
around here are
tax
crappy
cut.
looking.
So I got a tax
they're always
cut.
paying more
And it's their way of making sure everybody's being taxed
equally, or
equally
like
and
something.
equitably.
Yeah, equitably. Okay.
So that one nice big mansion isn't paying less in taxes than some.
Right. All right. Well, you'll update us more on the staffing thingies
Oh, you're fine.
at our
The next meeting, I'll have
at
the
our board meeting.
personnel double check my numbers.
Yeah, double check those numbers. Bring those again. I can't remember if we got that. Well, no, because the budget passed after our meeting, so we haven't received a copy of the mayor's recommended budget yet because it was just at the the 16th.
I have the
right?
binder in my office.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we talked. I know we talked about it.
We definitely talked about it, but I think we were looking at Alan's,
Oh,
like
Alan's
what
projection.
you guys had submitted
Because
to
the
the city.
mayor did not put anything in until like a week before.
Right,
Like a week
right.
before
okay.
the
Okay.
presentation.
So does it look like what we're receiving from the city will cover our staff, our payroll next year? Like if they give us no,
No,
Because they have no increase.
right.
and they took
Yeah.
away that landfill
And
money,
they took away the
Yeah.
landfill.
which
so-
is
Right.
only like 20,000 or whatever. But
And
still,
do they
So
how do
there's-
they answer to, I know that they were, that the help, the Johnson Control contract was used as they're offsetting our capital costs, but
that doesn't have
capital
anything to
costs
do-
can't be, used for payroll, or we can't take savings in that area and put it into payroll.
Right.
So
right.
have they been, have we questioned them about that or asked, or we can
They have not
certainly-
responded in my
Okay.
emails
All
because
right.
they've been, I know,
Yep,
they
I'm
were
sure.
just working on the mayor's recommended budget
Gotcha.
for like forever.
Okay.
So the only thing is the mayor did call me,
Oh, nice.
so I know he got my email
Good. Okay.
and said,
He'll be
you
coming
know,
to talk.
he'll be
to you.
coming to talk after the mayor's recommended budget. But then that's when he mentioned that we were the beneficiary of a lot of money being spent by the city because of the Johnson Controls contract.
I know, but it's because we needed that stuff, and it was already in our
And some of it is deferred maintenance that should have been done all along.
right. So that's not fair to.
And these people that work here are city workers. So how
Right.
can they say some city workers
We'll get
we are
laid off,
funding,
yeah.
but the city workers that are at the library
And
we're not.
we're also required
I mean-
to stay open because we're that safe place. We're the
Right.
cold place. We're the warm place.
Right.
City Hall gets to close its doors
Yeah.
on those difficult days and more of the holidays and all of that stuff. And the library is expected to stay open.
Just a reminder. Just the reminder that they're city employees. That it's the library building is separate from the fact that these are city employees.
Well, and
So,
I said to the mayor, I said, this is a budget cut.
yeah.
I said, no, it's not. I said, yes, it is
it
because you're giving us no money, but we have to fund a 2%.
Yes, and the progress to
Personnel
market, which
increase
has never
and
been funded by
progress
the
to
city.
No.
So,
No.
Yeah,
So the fact that they never made us whole,
Yeah.
like
have you gotten
10 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, we've never caught up. Our budget has never
Never
been the
caught-
same.
right.
That was a $50,000 hit that we have never recovered from.
Do we know the dates of the finance committee meetings yet?
Yes, and I asked another email I sent asking when the library should be there because we're not on the list,
Right.
Oh yeah, I saw that in your.
and I haven't heard back as far as what date we should.
And every year we asked to make sure we're on that
We are in
list.
the,
We're in the packet.
we're in the, we're
The book.
actually
I
in the
see.
book.
Good,
So
okay.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, okay.
We
Just
gotta-
make sure those 3 days, it's usually 3 days that
I
they,
think it's 4.
is it 4?
The 4th is the wrap up, kind of the,
Okay. Do you want to make sure, could you make sure to bring those dates to the board meeting tonight also?
We
Just
should
in case we
maybe
don't.
ask more members to show up if possible too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah. And I think one of the dates, obviously, is usually when I'm on vacation.
Yes, yes. I remember that from last year. Alan and I attended. So,
Yeah.
okay.
So, yeah, I will
right.
get those.
We
Yeah.
should get some of our our
Yeah.
citizens to
Yeah.
write
Right.
and say how much
Yeah.
library means, especially all those people in the strategic planning that were saying how
Right.
much, how valuable our staff is, and
Do you obviously have any other comments about this? Anyone? Okay.
No,
Sounds good.
just-
Yeah. All right.
Same old, same old.
And just to
Year
refresh,
after year,
yeah.
I get depressed.
And just to refresh my memory, specific since we're moving into the evaluation portion
Yeah.
of the, or just talking about it, of the agenda. Years ago, you used to develop a separate list of goals, but the past year or two, they are rolled into
The
the
strategic
action
plan,
plan. The
or,
okay.
yeah, the action.
Yep. Perfect.
I don't know. I
Yep.
mean, because the board also gives me goals.
Right.
Right. But I think
it all-
we,
But we
did
tried
we
to
have
make
a
it
list
with-
of goals for you last year? I thought
Maybe
we
that was the
helped
year before.
we did
you
it 2
made
years ago.
them. Yeah, you made them along with the action plan.
Yeah, we
this
tried to
last
roll
year.
them into that. So yeah, we didn't have.
But
multiple
we
things to look at.
did attach. So the year before, we attached them to the survey. Your goals.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
So we'll want to do that again.
And some of them,
Which we
do
don't-
until quarter 4.
Right.
I mean, some of them I've done already or made progress on. So,
I guess that was my point. Like we could refer the board back to the action plan, or attach the action plan to the evaluation
Whether
if they
they
wanted
actually
to
go
see
through
it.
it
Yes.
anyway.
because there will be in October, I will be giving
Right.
the third
right.
quarter update.
And we won't be sending this out until then.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait till
so-
after
Yeah.
that meeting.
Okay. Sounds good. I don't want
Okay.
to hold you up from Alan. Okay.
Okay.
So I found this too, so we could look at this next. I mean, I don't know. So we're a week ahead of time, just reviewing that, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I did after I said, I don't know why you didn't get both. I sent them both
Well,
at the
maybe
same time
Yahoo
this
isn't
morning.
like in Yahoo also, and maybe they're both there, and I didn't honestly
That's okay,
open even the one up, so don't worry about it. We can look at it
Did
together.
you still not get it?
I don't have one.
I resent them this afternoon, and I deleted.
Those I did not get anything this afternoon. I have one from you from 8 hours ago. Wait. Yeah, I haven't received anything after my message. Let me check my spam.
Because I did delete,
hilarious.
well, not delete, but I made a new one
Okay,
and
I
attached
see.
2024 to
Oh, yeah,
it.
here we go. How dumb. I do have 2 of them from today.
You want to quick print them out so that I know that's,
You mean open them up? Yeah.
they usually don't like to look at them that way, don't you? Don't you like to print them and see? Or no, they're
I
way too
can't
big.
print them. I don't know if I'm, believe it or not, I don't know if I'm set up to print here. I'm okay looking at them.
Okay.
But yes, you're right. I usually like a paper
Yep.
thing. But let me first tell you this.
Yes.
I was trying to move them to my regular inbox. Last year, we specifically said that we are going to somewhere on the valuation say if you give a less than good rating,
that's
you
right.
must provide comments.
That's
So if
right.
you, and I did not see this till I pulled this folder out today, otherwise I would have had you do that. So if you could, you know,
I'm going to try to, if I can
I
get
don't know if you
online
can-
here, I'm going to do it right now.
I was going to say, okay. So which one do we want to look at first? So we are, okay, let's do this. Let's look at the business agenda item number 2, the job description, which I looked at, to see what the date was. That was 2 years ago that we did the major overhaul of the,
That was 2 years ago?
well, 2020, February of 2022. So a year, it's only been a little over a year. But then the Carrie and Maureen's we just did a year ago.
Okay, see, that's
So
the one that I guess I was really thinking.
I am not, and I glanced through it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not feeling like we necessarily need to do any changes.
No, we just.
But I think it's just best practices that we have it
Okay.
as an agenda item to look at every year. That's
Okay.
why I asked Jennifer to put this on, because if we would have a new member of the committee or something like that.
Yep.
But since these were just approved within less than 2 years ago, both of them, or all 3 of them, I think we're good on that. You're feeling comfortable with job
Yes.
descriptions? Okay.
Yes.
So that took care of agenda items 3B, 3C, and 3D. The library director, adult services assistant director, and the circulation manager. So we will go on now to the evaluation forms.
Okay, and I'm now finally got connected to the internet
Yeah.
here, so
Okay, so which one do you have up first?
let's do the staff
Okay.
input. Because that's the big, I mean, we got
Yes, because we have like a
that's-
2-part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, somewhere,
Or actually, you know what? Let's do the board first, just in case Judy comes in.
gotcha. Okay, so let me,
Sorry.
board, no problem. Oops, okay. All right, so,
I know I pulled up the wrong one since
I think we attached the same disclaimer or the same
Yeah.
instructions to both about, and I'm not sure, let me see, guidelines.
library doc.
So where do we want to put that? Underneath the
There's
ratings and make a big note highlighted that says, or do we want to put it at the end of the
Let me
instructions?
See if I'm able to.
Oh, edit this.
The text. Okay, I can change the text.
Yeah, or under.
And
you know
I
what?
can-
You know, like
Yeah, I'm trying to see if
You
I can
wanna
turn
make
it to like red or
right,
something.
all caps, bolds,
something.
everything. Yeah,
Let's see, goals are listed at the bottom. Let's-
and we will tell the board
Yeah, right.
when we, like next month or.
I wonder.
I'm just wondering where in the
Right,
form.
evaluate. We say in the evaluation process, please rate how well the library guidelines.
Or do we want to put it like after you say
Yeah.
ratings before we list the ratings? Do we want to put it at the end? Or
Yeah, I think at
I
the
don't know. I
end.
thought maybe somewhere where we were telling what the ratings were,
Yeah.
so that they would see it when they're looking at that. I don't know. Hi.
Hello.
I hope you guys weren't waiting for me.
No.
No, we decided we couldn't, so we just started. And
Feel so bad.
Oh no! Did you cut your hair a lot
I know.
shorter?
I did. I
That
did
looks
cut it,
cute.
Oh my god, I haven't realized I'm at a meeting. Since
Well,
I break for my
you
vacation.
had it that short last. Were you here last time?
July, because I had my vacation in August.
Oh,
I
okay.
cut it in August.
Okay.
So you're not missing
So
out on
maybe,
things.
yeah. All right. Were you here last meeting?
No, it wasn't. 'cause I was
No.
on
So yeah,
vacation.
right. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Okay. What did we say? If you.
Okay, so we are just beginning to go through looking
The
at
job
the.
descriptions?
We did that already.
Okay,
Did you have
okay.
any comments about?
No,
this?
I did not.
Okay, because those we have done in the past
Yeah.
really. The ones were just a year ago. The other one was a year. And
Yeah, so I was like, didn't we just do these recently?
yes, we did. But I told Doris that I feel like it's just best practices that it's on our agenda once
Right.
a year to review them in case we have a switch in committee members or something else comes up. So
Okay.
it's kind of like policies, I guess. Maybe not a bad idea just to
look
say
at
at
it
least that we're
often.
looking at them. Yeah.
If you read
So I
fair
had a
or below.
note so the first part of the agenda regarding the current and future staffing, she is going to repeat a lot of that at the board
Okay,
meeting.
okay.
So,
So that I'll get up to you on that one.
yes, you will for sure. So we are down just looking at we started with the board evaluation
Evaluations, got
forms
it,
just to
okay.
make sure. And last year I had made a note. I'm so happy I saw it that if we are adding to the evaluation forms that if you score,
I was gonna say, what word do we want to put
Yeah,
there?
if
Score
you
sounds,
rate.
but is it rate
if
though?
you give a rating of
Something less, you have to provide some
less than
comment.
good,
Yeah.
if you give a rating of fair or poor, you must provide comments.
Okay, yeah, got it.
How does that sound? If you
yeah, maybe
indicate
rating.
a rating, or if you rate,
No, I
Provide-
think if you just rate, if you rate somebody a fair or
Rate is the proper. If you
yeah, I
give,
think it's rate.
if
'cause
you
that's
rate-
what they're doing. They're rating.
Okay.
you rate,
Or yeah, probably provide a rating. Yeah, I think you say if you rate somebody fair or poor.
you rate is this the director's evaluation? So if you rate the director fair or poor, yeah, because these are we only evaluate Jennifer, and we only take evaluation forms from staff for Jennifer. She uses a different thing for Maureen and Carrie and just gives us her
Right.
recommendation.
Right,
So
yeah.
we
So-
can say, if you rate the director fair or poor, you must. Okay.
no, I don't think it lets me do just this line in a different color. It'll just give me bold options, italic.
Oh, okay.
I can underline it.
Yeah. Thanks for trying.
Yeah. Google
We're
Docs
trying
doesn't
to,
give
like,
you too
Make
much.
it noticeable. So
Can
we're
you put a
putting
bold
it.
at the bottom?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
What we thought is right after the ratings, she's adding a bold line down there
Yeah, I think that's fine. So it's at the
In that
very beginning
area.
when they're doing in the instructions. Yeah.
in the instructions, right
Yeah.
by the ratings.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah. Okay.
Okay, and just because I'm terrible with spelling, is it the rate RATE?
Yep.
It is, right?
RATE,
That's the
yeah.
correct
Mhm.
way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. If you rate the director fair or below, you must provide comments.
Yep. Okay. So the first category is budget.
Did you send me a separate email on this? I'm not seeing it in the.
I did, but I don't know what is going on.
We're having issues with our Yahoo emails. We think.
Wait, you know, this one should have come from my Gmail.
Oh.
Did it come from Doris Weber? Or?
Yes.
Yeah,
came
it
from
would have
Doris.
come from Doris Weber 0705 at gmail.com.
Did you send it to J. Kalak at Hotmail?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'll send it again
When did you
right
send
now.
it?
I tried sending him this morning and then again this afternoon.
Oh, I hear. No, I see what happened. It's in my junk. That's why.
Aha,
I didn't see it.
okay.
I was like, 'cause I don't. Yeah. Okay.
You don't email us enough, Doris.
I guess.
Our emails
Okay, I see
don't
both of them.
recognize
Yep,
you.
I see both of them. Yep.
Okay. So, I'm looking at the first section, budget.
That's another thing that I hate about.
Wait, are we looking at the staff input?
We are starting with the
We
board.
started with the
Oh,
board.
We
so
wanted
I'm
you to be
confused.
here for
Okay.
sure for the staff, so we thought
Yeah.
we'd go
Okay.
through
Got it.
some
I was
of the.
like confused. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Got it.
I really wish that it would let me open up the whole thing instead of.
I know.
Ugh.
All right. I'm good with those.
Yeah, I think these are fine.
Mhm.
Okay. Doris, you good with
Mhm.
those? All right. Policy.
Oh, you know what? I know what I need to do.
Those I remember those from last year. I thought they were
Ah, now I can read
Good.
them nice. Okay.
Do we wanna, I guess it doesn't, we don't have to get so nitpicky about this.
What? I got it
Um,
open.
I know she did a lot this year, so I will definitely include this on my evaluation, but I don't know if we wanted to add something about reaching outside of, to outside sources for any questions.
Do we have that?
Like,
oh,
to,
you mean
to me,
a
like,
certain-
I don't want to do a separate question. I'm wondering if we can add some wording, or do we just leave that under the recommendations are reasonable, well thought out, necessary, and appropriate? Do we want to?
I think that covers it, 'cause it says
yes.
well thought out.
Yes.
That's,
Okay.
That's
Yep.
what she's doing
She would.
research.
Yep. Okay. Any other questions about those or comments? We good with those?
I'm good.
Okay. Interaction with the Board of Trustees. Information appraises us and documents.
There's an extra period in interaction in the last one.
Oh.
Otherwise, I thought it was fine. Before we go on though, did Mike have comments last year about you had wanting to do something or suggestions?
I think that was 2 years ago.
Okay, thank you.
Because I remember having that.
Okay. I
conversation.
was like, I can't remember when he made a comment. So okay.
And I can't remember what it is either. But I remember. Was it about goals or something? We
It was
confirmed
strategic
with her.
goals. It was like adding strategic goals, which we do have. Because I went down to the bottom to make sure.
Yes, and I just confirmed with her that her goals are wrapped into the action plan now. So
Okay.
really, it's not a whole separate list
Okay.
of goals. And I think the goals that the board,
Mm-hmm.
made for her or suggested to her were also wrapped in that. So it's like one thing now. So we'll attach the action plan. It should all be there. And then any other comments or additions or subtractions even to the interacting with the board members?
No, she had so much improvement between the last
Right.
2 years that
Right, yeah. And I think in terms of the form, keeping it succinct and simple
agree, yeah.
leaves it open to
Well,
commenting it, or
Right.
providing that
And if
feedback.
we have too much, then people won't respond.
Right.
Right.
Right. Okay, maintenance and construction of the physical plant.
The only one I wondered about on here was, should we add something about interacting with the city, since that's clearly become how
It's
we're
now
doing.
a new thing.
Yeah, because
yes.
before we were quite sure, like, well, how are we going to maintain the building? Is it on us or not? Now it's clear the city is very
Yeah.
actively involved in that.
would it be appropriate to put it in? I'm just trying to look.
Well, I just wondered if instead of saying proactively engages in efforts, if we should be saying something like proactively engages in efforts to properly maintain library facility and grounds on a long-term basis, including effectively communicating with the city or something like that. I don't think we need to add like a separate one, but I don't know if
Okay.
that is part of that one.
You're right though, because now it's going to be with Johnson Controls and the training and all the other. So not
Some of
even
this-
just with the city, but with Johnson Controls.
Yeah.
Should be a separate one? Should we just be like, it effectively works with partners on,
Yeah.
including the city and other vendors?
Or do we want to roll it into the first one, properly maintains,
Oh, yeah,
including working with the city and partners, working closely.
But I feel like those could be two pretty different things.
Right.
Because it's not just, that's a major project versus
Buying new
and
furniture.
upkeep, right?
Yes,
and,
yes.
And the
Or-
parking, like making sure the
Right.
parking lot's clean,
Right.
and like
All right, well then let's add one. Some of these others, a lot of these have 3.
Well, and I'm wondering, like, on the crisis management, do we really need that anymore?
I think we were kind of leaving it there as a, but so you're right, yeah, maybe.
I mean, has there really been any crisis management this year for her to be evaluated at? I'm not sure what it would be.
I think that's why we leave it in, because what if like a tornado strikes one year?
Well, right, but we're
You know?
evaluating her right now this year.
That's true, so we could, how easy is it for you to amend this form? Pretty easy? Add and
Yeah,
subtract?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Well, why don't we go back to the physical plant one?
Okay, so
And let's add one more question in there.
okay.
And how did you word it, Judy? You're always so-
Effectively works with third parties, including the city and vendors, in managing and maintaining the facility, or something like that.
Project management?
Yeah,
Or-
project management of the facility. I think just something like that. We're just trying to get across wrapping up the Johnson controls and all that sort of stuff.
Right. And because it's this year, do we want to put JCI in there?
Well, it was this year.
And it's going to be long
So should
term.
we? Well, I guess we do work with other vendors too, though, because even
That
inside
is
the
true.
building, we're working with.
Yeah.
Right. The
Both
whole
one-
security thing
yeah,
was
yeah,
a different.
yep.
I mean, that was the city, but okay.
So effectively works with the city and
Or you can say third parties, just their third parties in
and
maintaining facility and grounds.
okay.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, professional development. Do we need two separate ones? I mean, I know we could do this every year, but
I
confirm
actually was
jo-
wondering myself, like, what is the difference between those two? I was trying to remember what led us to have two different ones.
Well, I mean, her job as a library director, I guess, is to operate the library, right?
Yeah, but that's
To
what's trying remember the
perform job. I almost like operating the library, better wording than performing her job, but
two. And we could leave it as two.
yeah.
I was just trying to remember why we had two.
Exactly, that's what I was just thinking.
I don't remember either.
Well,
Well,
maybe
it's-
the job performance is like the supervision aspect,
Well, I was just
and
gonna say,
then
it's probably broader than operating the library.
and operating the library.
Oh yeah, so it's
is more like-
operations versus
Yeah.
yeah, her supervision. She could operate effectively, and I mean, a person could operate the building if while being a terrible supervisor, or vice versa, I
Right.
suppose. Have no knowledge on, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna leave those two.
Okay. And then community, you good with those, Doris?
Mhm.
Still? Okay. Considering, I'm sorry, community development.
So I'm completely deleting crisis management, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but did we get to, okay, so community development look good?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm bouncing between the two, so I just wanted to get that one out of there. Okay, community development. Yep.
So I have that one, I also found the programming one too.
Oh, yeah, that's right, programming. Yeah, we condensed that one last year, I like that
Yeah.
one.
I mean, I was fine with the rest of it except the short and long range programming. We have to change the 2022 to 2024.
Where is that?
It's the very end in the short and long term range planning. Short and
Oh,
long
okay,
range planning.
I'm still going.
Oh, is
so,
that in programs? Where are you at?
so wait,
Let's go through it one by one.
okay, so are we good with community development? Sorry, that's just,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay,
But
nope.
skipped ahead.
I
I'm
know, I'm
trying
trying
to
to-
do time
yeah.
here, but
Professional development?
nope, community
development.
development, we're good?
Okay, okay.
And then programming,
Okay. Yep.
I know we worked on that one last year. Okay, so are you good with programming?
Yep.
Okay, delete crisis management
Okay.
altogether.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Short and long range planning.
And I was saying, I was good with all these except the very last one, we referenced 2022 goals, and should be
Oh,
2024.
Now we should, yeah.
Oh, did we forget to change that last year?
I wonder
I
if we
guess,
did,
yeah, I don't know how.
I don't remember anybody even saying anything.
I know, isn't that funny?
And then are these the goals that we put in place for 2024?
No, well, let's,
It looks like it, because it's talking, well, it says 2024 budget, no, it must be 2023.
Oh,
where did those,
oh.
Just for her evaluation?
but I
Or was
thought
she
we
saying
didn't do, I thought we didn't do a whole separate list of goals for her last year.
I think
thought-
we did.
I think we did. Okay.
But
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think we made them. I think we just had her make them. So maybe she just incorporated them in. So I think she must, yeah. And we probably went, yeah, okay, that's fine. Because I remember talking about them.
Yeah.
So do we want, all right, what do we want to, so is it really see below for, because we're not going to attach
I thought we were
goals.
going to attach
Right,
the action plan.
See below for.
because her goals were embedded in the action plan. And I think that was Mike's comments from 2 years ago that her goals should be embedded in.
Yeah, he wanted us to do something in terms of that, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
See below for action plan. With no year. That way we don't have to pull one in.
That's true. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Judy
that-
just saying see the action plan.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
fine with that.
All right.
Or see attached action plan, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's
Because,
fine. Are we assuming we're attaching it?
Hello.
right. But I think we had said see below and then we didn't.
Oh,
And
and then
we
make sure all
attached
those
it.
goals, yeah, see attached, and make sure all those goals are erased from there, from the current evaluation form. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, these were last year's, but I don't know where they came from. Okay. And then you kept and identify any other areas. That was like between the goals and after the last questions.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we good with that one?
Yep. You want this one?
We should look at the staff one while we have a chance. And again, you can, whoop. Got that saved.
Yeah, it automatically saves.
Okay,
So
good.
it's the staff one's pretty much the same, right?
It was the same as last year.
No, what I mean are the questions. Well, I guess there's some different that-
they're
yeah, there's some
different.
different.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, and then we have staff questions for all the staff and then just for her
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
librarians. So,
So for the maintenance and construction of physical plant, I'm not sure if do we need to add that question we added to the board of trustees one?
I don't think so.
Because they were not
Because
really
they
gonna
don't
observe that.
really observe
yeah,
that.
I agree with that. I agree.
Okay, so did you add that line about if they're scoring?
I will.
Okay. All right, so under maintenance and construction of physical plant. Oops. Are you guys good with that?
Yep.
Okay. Doris, you good with
Mhm.
that? Okay,
Yep.
utilization and development of staff. Good?
Yep.
Okay. Why don't we take out
We'll
the
take
crisis management
Yep.
for this year?
You know now something. Are we
I know, right?
jinxing,
That's
like,
just gonna be our
Stephanie
luck
and
that we've
would-
taken it off of the form and we're gonna have to put it in next year. Okay, so that's really, the staff,
Right.
the
Main part.
main part of the staff.
We're
Okay.
taking off that crisis management question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Can you
then
guys see section 2?
I was just about to say, I think because I didn't fill this out, I can't.
Here.
So, okay.
Yeah, same.
Judy,
same
you
thing.
wanna just?
You guys are editors on this, so if you ever did go in the
Okay.
Google Docs.
So librarians.
Can we see the whole thing?
How
Oh,
do you open
here.
the questions? Or- Okay. This is the whole thing. Okay.
No, it's one for everybody.
Wait, did it not?
Oh, that's weird, because it was up on the other
Right.
page. Sorry. Or is that yours at the end? Okay, this I guess is mine.
I have too many things open.
Each of these.
Wait, wrong one.
Why can't I just look at this with it open?
Thank you.
Well, collection development, the collection is maintained and item,
Pass those to Ellen spot.
oh, it's a pain to try to read it like this.
Those
Why
are all
can't
the
you?
staffing.
Jennifer, we were short one for these.
Collection is maintained
Budget.
and items are
Unless
appropriately
somebody
Oh,
says
that's-
it's-
She's only, she's got to
acquired
Let's see.
in compliance. There's got to be a better way to do this.
any applicable.
This-
Do we have one from last year that we can just look at, like a hard
Oh.
copy?
I don't think I
Yes,
did not.
yes, I should.
I don't think I have a staff one. Well, I think I filled mine out on.
Oh, I don't want that. That's too many things.
Let me see.
What's the comments?
Does it not let me go question?
Okay, so that's, so you gotta go to the next question. On the bottom, I think, yeah, if you keep going.
Oh, those are responses.
Did it? Oh, it's gonna make me go through everyone. Come on, evaluation process.
Okay, that's
here.
it. That's it. Oh, was that the same one?
Let's see if it'll let me look at this one. No. Fine. It's not letting me do it that way.
There we go.
Okay, well,
Oh,
What
here, well,
section? Two, yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
it's
okay,
not.
so let's just see
Okay.
if we see.
Collection is maintained and items are determined.
So those are similar to what
on
we
an
have in the other
ongoing
one, right?
basis. Yeah.
Patron.
We had a.
Didn't we
there was
just
a
have
second
two?
one. Yeah.
Oh, that's bored. I'm messing it up.
Confusing it.
I have too many things.
You think
open.
you know what? Let me just try filling it out.
I was gonna say that might be.
Crisis management.
That's not what I wanted.
Continue.
That's a board one again.
Let me try out this.
Oh. No.
Got it.
Okay.
Collection is maintained and items are appropriately acquired in compliance with policies.
I'm fine with those. Did you have anything on those doors?
Did you find them on?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. And then they also do community development.
Oh, here, do I, oh, yeah.
I'm fine with those.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oops. It's that same wording
Yeah,
as ours.
yeah,
and be
that's
like
fine.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then any others.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will just take out,
Okay, so
change that wording and then take out the
add
prices.
take out the crisis management, add the
Mm-hmm.
wording to the staff about adding comments. If they,
Wait,
make sure you look at that. We don't want it to be like you can only add comments if you score that low. That you should be able to add
Right,
comments
it's
for
just,
any
just
of
say,
it.
yeah, you can say comments can be provided for
Yes.
any category, but must be provided,
Can you for any
Okay.
rating?
for any
Okay.
rating,
Okay, can
but
you-
must be provided for any rating.
So on the board one,
mm-hmm.
and maybe what you could do then is send these back to Doris and I, so we could just
Yeah.
preview
Yeah,
them
right.
again and make sure. So, so we have. I will just put this. Okay, so you will make those changes and email those out
Yep,
to us
I'm-
just to preview. And then, are we ready to set another, what is our next thing we need to do really is to decide when to send them out. Do we want to meet before our next board meeting again? Because
Yeah, sounds
we'll
like
meet
Tuesday,
in
October.
October and we don't send the forms out till November. So do you think meeting at 5:15 or 5:30 before our next meeting, just to
Yeah, sure.
set a
Here, do the wording.
to set a timeline for sending the forms out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will meet prior to, that will be the October 28th meeting. Should we say 5 o'clock or should we do 5:30 to set up that time?
Yeah, we can just do 5:30.
Let's do 5:30. So our next meeting has been determined to be October 28th at 5:30 p.m. Anything else?
No?
Then I will.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.